Hey everyone, this is Disc Junkie, and today I am actually not gonna focus on the DVD room. I'm gonna do that in a separate video. But I've been sort of on and off on YouTube for a while now, basically cause just lack of time and not having time to shoot videos and reviews and stuff. But I'm getting back to that. Shot some reviews yesterday that I'm editing. But I guess I just I had a lot on my mind, a lot of stuff to do. One of the things that's actually happened while I was away is that I've actually turned 30. I'm actually 30 years old now. Still collecting movies. I don't know what that means, but I mean, I'm pretty stable, got a job and got a girlfriend and a life and all that, so I'm not a loner or something, I'm just, I don't know, I just like my movies. I didn't have like a big party when I turned 30, and it's sort of hard because every time I have like a birthday, it's very difficult for people to buy me stuff, I think, because I basically only want movies, and I'm very specific about my collecting, so it's very hard to find movie-related items for me unless you're a collector yourself, so you sort of know what I'm all about. But I did actually get something for my 30th birthday, which is just really incredible, and sort of like one of those things that when you sort of think of your 30th birthday, you sort of imagine like this big party and like these crazy gifts, like you get a car. It's sort of like you're on Oprah or something. But I didn't get a car. I got something very different. This was a gift from my dad, and it's basically it's like a family heirloom, I guess. It's been in his possession for many years, and it's something he bought like in his youth, and he got it from this old café, which was located in his hometown up in the north of Sweden, and I'm just gonna go ahead and show it. This is a really old. It's like from the 1950s or 1960s. Just a very old vending machine. You can tell right up here. It's actually branded with a logo, which reads Brända Tomten, and that is Swedish. For basically like the burnt plot or the burnt yard, sort of like where you have your house, basically like your house, your yard or your area, sort of kind of thing. The name comes from the cafe, which was called Brända Tomten. It got its name from the fact that prior to there being a cafe there, the previous establishment sort of burnt to the ground, and so that area generally became known as, basically like the plot that burnt or the area that's burnt. So the cafe took on that name, and that's why that name is branded on the vending machine. And these vending machines from the 1960s, they were manufactured by a company in Malmö in Sweden, and I've been able to find some vintage photos, not of this particular machine, but of machines like it. For the most part, these machines were basically standing outside, so it's an extremely heavy metal base, and the top here is actually glass. So I'm gonna have to tap that very carefully, and it's painted on the inside, so you can tell that some of the paint is actually chipped off right up here, but it's chipped off on the inside, so it's I don't know, it's actually in remarkably good condition, despite its age. And I'm gonna turn the camera and try to film it, just seeing what I'm shooting, because it's sort of hard to do that. But yeah, like you can tell, you got all of these little glass windows, basically like these little hatches that you can open. So the way it would work is that this would stand outside. And this only takes one type of coin. It's it's a Swedish currency, so this is 1 Swedish crown. And basically you just drop a crown in, and then you can open any one of these. So basically you could be candy, or there could be beverages or whatever. I'm not really sure what was in this particular machine, but seeing it was as a coffee shop or a cafe. I'm guessing maybe wrapped sandwiches. Could be some kind of drinks, like soda cans. I don't know. I was never able to find the photo of this, from back in those days. I have one where you sort of see like in the street corner, like a little store, like, oh, there it is. Don't really know much about it apart from the story that I already told you. But I actually got keys for it, so I can actually just turn the key like so, and then I can basically open, any hatch that I want to. You know, it's got a very good locking mechanism, and if you sort of push it in, it would just slam. So I'm gonna open and close it sort of carefully. But yeah, this is what it looks like on the inside. So there we go. Turn the key, and then the entire row is locked. So yeah, if you got this master key, you can basically open the entire row, and that's what I just did. Just turn it, and then I can open any one I want to. Or I can move it to a separate row, and then that entire row is open. And this was an incredible ordeal of trying to get this thing here. It's basically, you know, my father, when he was young, he lived up in the north of Sweden. It's a town called Norsjö. I don't know what he paid for it, but he basically bought it when he was young, and the store owner said, like, yeah, you can have it, but you're gonna have to take this like secondary vending machine for cigarettes or something, which he doesn't have anymore. He sold it years ago. But it was just a small wall-mounted thing. But he sort of had this for many years. I think it was in his hometown. And then he got help from his local hockey team, who actually took this on like their tour bus or whatever you want to call it, when they were traveling Sweden. And so they took it on the bus and they delivered it to him where he was living at the time, like in Stockholm somewhere, I think. And then, you know, after that he moved down to the south of Sweden, and he's lived there ever since. And this has sort of been standing in his living room. And well, basically, you know, I had my eye on this for a long time. There was always like a very open discussion, and it was decided quite a while back that, you know, this would be mine in the future if I was interested. And, you know, it's one of those items I really wanted. So for my 30th birthday, my dad was really kind. Basically gave me this, and he also paid for the shipping, if you want to call it that. Basically, you know, we hired this sort of moving company that actually took this on a big truck and actually hauled it from the south of Sweden, where my dad lives now, up to Stockholm again. So, you know, it's been from north to south to the middle, and now it's standing here in our hallway, and it's just, I love it to death. And I thought I would actually show you what it looks like when you turn it on, because this is one of those machines with, you know, it doesn't require any electricity to sort of be able to function. You can still, it's all just mechanics, so you can just open these, as long as you put a crown in, you know, you can open it. And it doesn't require any sort of electricity. However, there is electricity in it, so I've actually hooked up, this is just like a standard, you know, electric outlet. I modified it so this particular plug-in actually has a button on it, so I'm just gonna hold this up and just gonna turn it on for you to see what it looks like. Wow. So there we go. As you can see, it actually has still working lights in it. The signs at the top and bottom, which are, you know, this is just glass, and originally there was like lights behind here, but I think they disconnected this because it was faulty. But there's still like lights on the side, one of these long fluorescent light thingies. So you just got 3 of these really long bulbs that are just sitting on each side here, and then they just shine through these holes in the little areas here. So it looks really great when you look at it from afar. So yeah, wow. But anyway, turning this off now, I just wanted to show this because it's such a cool thing, and I always like to sort of bring you in and show you some of the stuff happening in the apartment. So thankful for this. It's just probably the coolest thing I've ever owned, to be honest. Wow. And now, just before I go, I can mention that the sign down here on the bottom, this is also glass which is painted on the inside, and this text right here, which reads kundservice, is Swedish for customer service. It's sort of hard to understand exactly how they mean, but yeah, this was a pretty new thing at the time. You know, they didn't have a lot of these kind of vending machines. I think it was a fairly new thing back in the 50s and 60s. Definitely a blast from the past, and you know, it's so fun to be able to show this on YouTube, because you know, there's not a lot of these left in existence, and you know, especially not working ones or ones that are in this good condition. So yeah, I mean, I'm not even gonna speculate as to how much one of these would sell for. Yeah, I'm never getting rid of this. It's just incredible. Wow. But anyway, that's it for this video. Really hope you enjoyed this little oddity, which is now part of my total lovely home that I enjoy being in. And just for curiosity, the stuff up here which says tel 10035, that's actually the telephone number for the cafe. Back in those days, you know, you only had 5 digits in Sweden. Fucking sick. But anyway, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and as usual, hope to see you all next time.